Hello everyone, how are we doing? Welcome to day one of 25 days of mental health. As you can clearly see here, it's something for me personally I've been affected by and continue to experience mental health challenges on a daily basis. What I wanted to do with this 25-day period is create awareness on the build up to Christmas. There's a lot of, let's say, negatives this year, especially in 2020, and in general there's always challenges on the build up to Christmas, but this year more than ever, especially to do with the pandemic, that I feel that there's going to be a lot of people that find it very, very hard to deal with things that they might not understand or accept. And I want to be able to share my own personal experiences to try and make it acceptable, to raise enough awareness for people out there to understand that it is okay not to be okay, as the saying goes, and it is perfectly normal to experience mental health. So for day one, I want to bring things back to the 18th of May 2019, where I came face to face with my own demons for the first time. Now, I say the first time, it's not the first time that I've done it, but it's the first time that I was made aware of it, and it was totally overwhelming. So I was in the car with my other half. I was in the passenger seat, she was driving. My son, he wasn't even 1 year old at that point. He was actually just short of 11 months old. We were in the car driving, and we got to a set of traffic lights, and all of a sudden I remember becoming extremely nervous and scared. My body temperature started going up, and I started shrinking down into the passenger seat. I felt the whole car was crushing. I felt like claws inside my head, scratching. I was a little person inside my own head screaming help, but there was no noise coming out of my mouth. It was almost like the loudest silence you could imagine, because I was screaming without noise, and it was real. It was like real claws. I can picture it was massive claws, these nails scratching the inside of my head. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was freaked out, I was scared, petrified. And I was shaking. It was a strange, really strange experience, and I couldn't tell my other half what was going on. We were going to be going to like a CrossFit class, so she was going to be doing her training. I was going to be looking after my son, which I struggled with, which we'll get onto maybe in another episode. But then we ended up taking a diversion, and we went to a local park, which we got to the car park. I got out the car, sprinted about, I was only maybe 30 meters or so away from the car, and hid behind this little concrete structure. I think it was the toilets now at Seaton Park. Curled up in a ball and cried. And I thought, what the hell is happening? What the hell is actually happening? I'd never experienced anything like that before. None of it made sense. I couldn't explain it. It was still raw. So I was thinking, what am I doing? What do I need to do? What do I need to say? And I went through that process really heavily. My other half came up to me. She crouched down beside me, gave me a hug. I was still kind of sobbing away, and I remember just looking at her saying, I need to go to the doctors. Something's not right. I need to go to the doctors. And I know a lot of people call it like breakdowns and stuff, which I understand, I totally get it. But for me, I call it a realization, because, you know, if you break down, for me there's too much negatives with that. Like if you break down in a car, you know, it needs fixed. And for me, I wasn't really saying broken or anything like that, but I just came face to face with the thing I wish I came face to face with so much earlier on in my life. But saying that, I had to go through all these different experiences to become the person I am today, which I'm proud of. You know, it gives me an opportunity and a privileged position. I'm able to share this experience with people that might have went through something similar, but maybe didn't have the confidence or the courage to go to the doctors and ask for help, because I asked for help, and I got it. And it's the best thing I ever done, was speaking up about how I felt and what I was going through, and being able to share it with someone else, you know, the doctor, my other half, some friends, some family. And what I've understood is you don't necessarily need to understand mental health. You just need to learn to accept that it is there and people are experiencing it and they're dealing with it in their own ways. So yeah, that's my first encounter with my realization, which I want to share with people because it is a very personal experience. It's very heavy. You know, I spoke to my other half today actually and said, you know, we talk about physical scars. You know, somebody might have got cut and you can see the scar, because it does heal, but it's still there. And I think with mental health that day, that claws that scratched the inside of my head, you can't necessarily see them with your eyes. I can see them, and I know they're there, and I can feel it. And that scar for me is mental strength. It's that mental reminder that, you know, you've been through the worst, but you got through it, and you'll always get through it. And that's why I always try and reflect on is that, you know, I will be fine on the days that I might not feel it. I might feel the world's against me or something doesn't go according to plan, but no matter what, I'll get through it. So if there's anybody watching this just now, if you're having a bad day, it doesn't mean you're going to have a bad life. Tomorrow might be better. You will get through it. Just stay strong. Speak up about things that you maybe experience. You know, don't feel embarrassed. Don't feel embarrassed about these things. It happens to a lot more people than we probably ever realize or will ever know, but it does happen. And the more you're able to speak about it, the more confident you will get about it, and the more you're able to find different ways to maybe tackle those days that are challenging. It's worked for me. It might work for you. I'm not saying it will, but it might. So just speak up about your challenges. This is day 1 of 25 days of mental health. This is my journey, and I want people to maybe jump on and come along the journey with me. Dive in, share your thoughts, share your concerns, share your feedback, whether it's positive or negative. There's always going to be negative feedback, which is good. You know, it's like when you do something wrong or you fail, it just gives you lessons how not to do something so you can do it better next time. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be doing another 24, are we going to call them episodes? Yeah, let's call them episodes. Another 24 episodes of things that I now realise that I've went through my life that highlight mental health challenges, and I now understand why I experienced them and how to move on and use them going forward to help me and hopefully help others. Guys, thank you for joining me. I hope you will stay for the full 25 days. 25 days until Christmas. Remember, positive energy, good to go. Take care, guys.